Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Hey, it's Will.
This is Thomas.
And we are back at the virtual spinner act for part 2 of Daredevil Born Again. And other funky stuff.
The uncut, undisneyfied version of Born Again.
The real version.
Like, I was reading this today, I'm like, how much of this shit are they going to leave out?
Besides all of it.
Yeah, this is where the real poop hits the fan.
Yeah, really. I know you saw the meme that I shared earlier today, where Michael Keaton dressed up as Adam West's version of billionaire Bruce Wayne for the Oscars. He had the ascot tied around his neck and the shirt open at the top. And
yeah,
I'm like, that's awesome. That was the only part of the Oscars, I think probably that one clip was the only thing worth being there for, because they had twins, Danny and Arnold, presenting. And, I don't know why they put us together. Maybe because we both tried to kill Batman.
I saw that, yeah.
There he is.
Yeah, he's like, come on.
Yeah, come on, bring it. Turns out I can do this at 60. I was just in the worst movie of the century.
I have not seen the Flash movie with him in it.
I have. Flash is terrible. The movie
tries to make the movie.
He's basically in it. It feels like he's only in it for like a minute and a half, like the whole thing.
Really?
But he made it. He was like the highlight of it, and I thought I was going to hate the actress that played Supergirl because it doesn't look like Supergirl. But she was actually really good in like a Man of Steel version of Supergirl.
Really?
Yeah. So it gave me the Man of Steel vibes, which is good because they've got fake Zod is in the movie, of course. So the new guy, not Terrence.
Yeah.
Stamp. Because
I was watching some Superman stuff and just some of the new comics and looking at some of the casting. I'm hoping the new movie is really good.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not being ugly, but if it's as close, if it's half as good as Guardians, it'll be incredible. Yeah. Or freaking Suicide Squad. The second Suicide Squad movie was so damn funny. It was unreal.
Yeah.
My stepfather laughed so much about the damn weasel drowning. He's like, who the hell didn't look and see if the weasel could swim?
It was terrible. So there's only a little bit left on the last Kickstarter we looked at a couple weeks ago. Steve Rude's Battle for Thune World, the miniseries that will actually be not just in the Kickstarter. You get a bunch of like great stuff.
Oh yeah.
But outside of a Kickstarter, these will be available starting in retail shops. So your local comic shop, if they're ordering small press stuff, will probably get it, or if you request it, you can probably get it.
Yeah.
And they're going to start shipping to stores the week of Free Comic Book Day. So,
because one of them's a Free Comic Book Day book, isn't it?
Yeah, to get people to blow people away for the dude, because
I'm telling you, dude, I don't sound terrible. He's way up there for me. People
oh yeah,
get it. I mean, I've got multiple things by him autographed and books and
yeah.
comics and posters.
I got one of the prints because we showed up stuff off when we got it.
Yeah.
I got one of the prints signed. This new one, he's signing for free. He's signing everybody's first copy of the book from the Kickstarter.
Yep.
If it hits a higher goal, you'll get the first art print, because originally this was like 6 issues.
Yeah.
You'll get the first art print for the original cover signed, and if it blows up like the last week, because it's surprisingly only sitting at like 23,000.
Really? I know it. We looked at it and we were joking. It was it was almost funded on the first day.
Yeah.
And then like the next day, that morning, me and you talked, and it had already funded.
Yeah. Today, I went to go put that up. I go, oh, we looked at that like pre-launch.
Yeah.
And so today I grabbed another blast from the past. From Top Cow Productions.
Oh, Top Cow. God, I didn't know they were still around.
They're still an LLC or whatever, and they're still they're part of DC. So
yeah, that's right.
Because Jim Lee sold out in more ways than one. And The Darkness, they've been kickstarting volumes of The Darkness in hardcover.
Huh.
This is volume 3. There's 15 days left, $124,000.
Who did The Darkness? I can't remember.
Was this well, we're about to find out, because I'm just going to play the trailer, and I'm sure he's in there talking about himself. So
Jackie's back, baby. I'm Mark Silvestri, owner and CEO of Top Cow Productions and one of the founding members of Image Comics. And I'm here to talk to all you wonderful people about The Darkness, also known as Jackie Estacado, my favorite character in all of comics. We are here to talk about Volume 3 of the collected edition. We are bringing you yet another giant, almost 700-page tome of Jackie and his amazing Darkness mayhem. Darkness Volume 3 hardcover features issues 41 through 64. These include epic storylines such as The Darkness Infinity, The Darkness Black Sails, The Darkness Wanted Dead. It tells the story of Jackie Estacado, the wielder of the Darkness power, the curse/gift that he has to deal with. There's so many critical things that happen to Jackie during this period in his life. And these stories are so compelling, you're not going to want to miss this. You've got writers like Paul Jenkins, Ron Mars, David Lapham, Brian Bussolano, David Wohl, artists like the amazing Dale Keown, Eric Basildua, Romano Molinar, Francis Manipool, Kucha, Mark Texiera, Roger Cruz, and more. And I think there's even a couple things by me in there. We are also making available The Darkness Volumes 1 and Volume 2 via a special tier for new printed editions. Comic book fans and video game players alike are going to love this. We're bringing you The Darkness Source Book. It's a detailed timeline of the original series. Favorite covers handpicked by myself, including commentary on why I think those covers are badass. And this is the extra cool part of the cool part. We're giving you an exclusive sneak peek into the new series reboot that's coming out in 2025 with incredible art by Tom Coker and written by yours truly. I really think you guys are going to dig it. One of the reasons why Jackie Estacado, also known as the Darkness, is one of my favorite comic book characters is this curse blessing that he has to deal with. This burden of literally wielding the dark power that's part of everything around us and part of ourselves as well. Demons manifest, creatures manifest. It's his id become physical, and he has to control that as much as possible. I just love the dichotomy of Jackie not being necessarily a good guy, but having to do good things. It drives him kind of crazy, which to me is the ultimate idea of what an anti-hero is. So along with the Darkness Volume 3 hardcover and the source book, we have some amazing stretch goals for you. We have everything from challenge coins to variants to stickers, bottle openers, mini prints. So many cool things to offer for you. And all of this is made possible because of your support. So again, thank you so much for your love of comics, for your love of Top Cow, for your love of Jackie Estacado and the Darkness. We could not be doing any of this without you. So see you on the dark side. Peace.
Wow, that looks awesome.
Yeah, so Silvestri did it.
Yeah. I met him the first year that they had the Rhode Island Comic Con. He was there.
Dude, he's amazing.
I got to hang out with him for a little bit. I can't tell you on the air what happened, but after. So the goal for this book to get it done was $30K, and he's sitting at 124, 255,
Yeah.
1,379 backers in 15 days to go. I just want to get to the. I copy and pasted like a little like this original like story right up right here.
Yeah.
In the description, there's a link that you can copy and paste into your browser to go right to the Kickstarter. Although if you've got a Kickstarter account, if you just open up Kickstarter on your computer, it's going to be on the opening page. So,
oh, sweet.
His campaign for the Darkness Volume 3 and Steve Rude's miniseries for Thune World are both on like the front page because they're epic.
Yes.
So here's Volume 3, the front cover and the back cover. I mean, I wasn't sure if I wanted to, dive into this, but I forgot Dale Keown worked on this, and I'm like, I'm a sucker for anything Dale Keown after his Hulk run. So
yeah, and then he did Pitt too.
Yeah, he did a Kickstarter for Pitt late last year. So you could probably go to like Dale's website and buy like the complete Pitt omnibus. Not for the deal that they had it on that, but
What's terrible is the Pitt's good. I read some of the Pitt, and it's cool. But the one omnibus I would really want from that time period would be the Max.
Oh yeah, I think that's coming because they're talking about making a movie. I'm like, no, they're gonna ruin it. We're gonna have to read the whole Max series and do multi-weeks on it.
God, dude, Max was so good.
Yeah,
and it's so dreamlike.
Yeah. I was kind of bummed because I started reading the Batman Max crossover that they started a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And then
they never finished it, did they?
I don't think they finished it. It just kind of like went into limbo. At $30K, postcard with digital download codes for Witchblade #1, The Darkness #1, Angelus #1, and Magdalena #1. And I'm sorry, but the 90s was the era of the bad bitch. So
yes,
I was buying all that shit because I was between like 18 and my early 20s when all this stuff was coming out. Needless to say,
God, we're old.
Yeah. Like the Loverboy song, "Hot Girls in Love." I was buying like Angelina. I was buying like the collected, like they put like 2 or 3 issues like in a fake
little floppy, yeah.
Yeah. For Witchblade, Darkness, once in a while I would read it because my friend was collecting it, telling me how good it was. He was buying all the merch, everything.
My brother loved Gen 13.
Oh yeah. 40K, you get too many prints, so that's coming. 60K, foil logo on the source book.
Oh, sweet.
With a Brett Booth variant cover. 70K, you get a pop socket.
Go on the back of your phone.
For the back of your phone. I've got the back of my phone currently has the pop socket for the Maverick series there. 80K, foil logo on source book, Alex Connaught variant cover, not final art. So you can like buy the if you get the source book or you get the tier with the source book, you'll probably get like a drop down that you get to choose which one you want.
Choose which art you want.
Yeah. 90K, everybody gets a Darkness lanyard. 100K, 2 additional mini prints. 110K, you get a cool vinyl sticker sheet. 130K, which is next to unlock, foil logo on the source book, but it's the Mark Silvestri variant. Add-ons, you can get a signed Mark Silvestri mini print for $5. You can get the Darkness patch for $10. There's only 75 available, so those are probably all gone. Darkness charm for $10 because that's a charming face.
Exactly.
Darkness keychains, $15, only 100 available. Darkness challenge coins are very popular, which is
they are,
and they're cool. They seem to get heavier and heavier with like every one, and I'm like, I need Bullseye to train me because I got like a whole drawer full of challenge coins from all these campaigns. The Darkness sketch journal, there's only 200 available, but they're only $20, which isn't bad. The bottom opener, not final art, $20. And here's the timeline.
Yeah.
I remember.
I love Silvestri on X-Men, dude.
Oh yeah. He put a cowboy hat and a wife beater on Logan, and it was epic.
Yes.
Not final selection, but that's Magdalena in Darkness.
She looks an awful lot like the Goblin Queen.
Yeah. Shipping. Please note that the shipping costs are not included in your pledge, and you'll pay shipping during the post-campaign survey. Shipping will vary depending on weight, size, and in case of international orders, region. Please find a list of countries and regions that are not currently embargoed by the U.S., and we cannot ship items to these countries and regions.
Dang.
Oh, I can't imagine why they can't ship to the Gaza Strip. Domestic shipping, 5 pounds is 15, 10 pounds is 20, 15 pounds is 25. Canada, just double all that. Believe it or not, it's cheaper for the UK. For the 5 pound package, it's cheaper to ship to the UK than it is to Canada.
Yeah, because the Canadians are too nice; they'll pay it.
Yeah. They're too busy imprisoning people for life for hate speech, so they're just crazy. Everywhere else, internationally, is $60, $70, and $80 for shipping.
Holy dog crap!
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. But all right, let's see. You can get
unlocked, isn't it?
Just about everything except for like the last stretch goal.
Yeah,
is unlocked. So when he hits 130, that final stretch goal that we looked at, which was
the Mark Silvestri foil print. Yeah,
I think so. 130 is you can get the Silvestri cover on the sketchbook, which makes sense. So prices for tiers, $30 for to get it digitally, so just the PDF, but it's over 700 pages, so you can't be downloading this on a tablet.
It will break it.
Yeah. The Darkness Complete Volume 3 hardcover is $50. Volume 3 and Brett Booth variant is $55. Volume 3 Booth and Conant variant is $60. Volume 3 Booth, Conant, and Silvestri covers are $70. The Darkness Volume 1, 2, and 3, $90 in PDF form.
That's for PDF. Okay.
Yeah.
How much is it for the physical?
I'm gonna say 150 at least.
But even 150, that's not bad.
150, all 3 volumes of The Darkness.
But they're 700 pages apiece. It's 3 omnibuses.
Yeah.
An omnibus is $100 by itself.
Yeah. Darkness Volume 3 hardcover plus 2 remarks on the book is $750. So you're getting your he's probably gonna do like, a head sketch of Jack and one of the little like demon creatures
On each one, yeah.
Yeah. So there's only 25 available and there's only 3 left.
Damn.
Such is why he's almost at $130,000. 24-hour special, which of course is all gone. You would have gotten the hardcover and the PDF for $45. The Darkness Volume 3 hardcover plus 1 remark is $350. And that's it. Short, sweet, and to the point. No, no extra stuff. It's like,
You don't need it. I mean, you're getting a lot.
It's like if you want, the way the economy is, nobody can afford a commission from Mark Silvestri, but some people can afford a remark.
Yeah.
Or 2. That way you get your hardcover and original art included inside the pages of the hardcover. But I mean, 150 for all 3. That's a good deal.
It is. I'll go with that one. That was a good deal.
Yeah. So
I have 1 remark in my collection. Who? You ready? Ben Edlund.
Dan Island.
Ben Edlund.
Oh, okay. I still don't know who that is.
The Tick.
Oh, okay. It's weird that I live in the area of New England comics where the Tick was born.
Yeah.
But you have the remark. I met one of the guys. I met a couple of the guys from New England comics and the Tick, and they had like all the books, like volumes and original pilots.
Yes.
On video cassette signed, and yeah, they were like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, I've got a remark on it's like issue 13 or something, or no, issue 12, I think it is.
I have a remark. I think I've got remarks from like a bunch of indie creators, which are awesome and they're great talent. The only mainstream guy I've got a remark from, as far as I know, is the late great Tim Sale.
Yeah, the Hulk and your Gray Hulk.
My Gray Hulk. He did a head sketch of the Gray Hulk. Oh no, I have remarks from David Mack too.
Oh, sweet.
On Kabuki stuff and Daredevil stuff.
Oh, damn! Now that's nice.
He signed. He's another Jim Ballant. If he's at a con, anything you bring to him, unless you're bringing like a box of books, that's going to take him hours to do, he will gladly, bring, sign any like couple of things that you bring him, for free. But if you buy stuff off his table, he will sign that stuff, and usually he'll give you like a present too.
Oh, sweet.
So, yeah. Usually it's like a source book, sketchbook, like stuff from his IP Kabuki, which was just like an epic story. But you had to keep turning the book. It broke circles. I didn't get anything this week.
Well, we have in Georgia, we have this huge yard sale. It's a statewide event. It happens every year on one weekend, like first weekend in April, March, whatever it is. Depends on how it is, warms up. And I did go to the giant yard sale and found some comics, which I paid $1 a piece for. Nothing huge, but some of them actually play into tonight's story or what we were talking about earlier. So I've got, I forgot that this happened. Nexus meets Madman.
Oh, awesome.
Yep.
I love Madman.
I need a number 1 on this one, but I bought these at $1 a piece, so I'm not going to fuss. This is the second Brave and the Bold series.
Oh, yeah. I've got some of these.
Mark Waid, George Perez art.
Yep.
Issue 2. Issue 6.
Oh, yeah.
Now, check this bad boy out. You ready? The artist is Timothy Truman.
Oh, I've got that whole run.
I don't know if I actually have this issue, but it was in such a good shape.
Oh, yeah. Was that part of the lead up to Doomsday?
I think it's right after Doomsday.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Swamp
sweet.
Thing, oranges.
Nice. Speaking of Swamp Thing, I have completely read the Saga of the Swamp Thing trade that you gave me.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was amazing.
The Warning.
BERD.
1. Yep.
Nice.
I gotta look through this. I just didn't remember this.
I have that issue signed.
Yeah.
By Marv Wolfman.
Really?
From Philadelphia show.
So if you want to and ask your comic book, you can get from the Rude Dude Productions there. You can get the new, Gormanu. And this is Nexus. This is issue 101 and 102.
Oh, nice. The space opera.
I can't remember if I had this one or not, but the cover was so good, I just picked it up anyway.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've got that run.
And last but not least, sadly, they didn't have a number 1, but I did find a number 2 Dreadstar.
Sweet.
For $1.
Oh,
it doesn't even look like it's been read.
Probably has. They might have read it carefully and just put it in a bag.
That's it. But I mean, I spent next to nothing, but I found those and a pair of trick dice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, they always roll 7s or 11s.
Just like the ones that aren't in Vegas.
Exactly.
All right, let's get back into Born Again, Part 2.
Yes.
Parts 3 and 4. Where did we leave off? Just after Kingpin blew up his damn house?
Yes, right after his damn house got blown up. Let me bring it up here. That was your cue, dumbass. Get to Sharon. There you go. Yep. Purgatory.
Yes.
Right after his freaking house was blown up.
Somebody was showing off this issue in like one of the comic groups, and he showed the picture of the cover, And then he showed the picture where on the inside under the small print, Frank Miller signed it.
Oh, sweet. Because that's where they used to sign back in the day.
Yep.
You know what's funny is I haven't read this in a while, and I read it again today before the podcast. So it's always fresh in my head, and I can talk about stuff that I don't remember from reading it the first time. And of course, I remember the whole Foggy and Gloria romance. I mean, it's such a part of the story because Matt sees them getting together and her kind of leaving him as another betrayal in his head. I mean, and it happens organically. It's nothing that they were trying. She essentially goes to Foggy because Matt's not there, and she still loves Matt. But as it moves on, it goes beyond that, and then Foggy and her really get together.
Yeah. Then Matt thinks that was Foggy working with Fisk all this time?
Yeah, the Kingpin. Were they really out to get me? You know, they've driven me to this. And of course, you know, here he is. You know, the opening scene of the book. You know, he's changing lights. I do love the over dramatic, you know, Irish speech pattern that Gloriana has. Of course, Foggy falls trying to put in his light, and then Matt calls. Matt actually calls her, and she just, you know, he doesn't make any sense because his brain is gone. And we see him literally here in his house is blown the hell up. We discover his bank accounts have been frozen. He's lost his law license. He's lost his business. The IRS has turned all of his credit cards off. He has only the cash he has on him. That's it. And it's like $10. And of course, This is mid 80s. So he uses 8 of the $10 to get a freaking shitty ass, you know, 8 by 10 hotel room. And he stays there, you know, overnight. And, you know, he's literally just in pain from the wind and everything else. And he keeps thinking about, you know, what is he going to do? You know, he says he's got to get up. He's got to, you know, find the evidence. You know, he should have seen what was coming and realized it was the Kingpin. But he can't put it through his head. He's like, it was little things. And this is the whole thing with everybody, little things, and we just brush them off.
Yeah.
And he's like, finally, you know, it all come up, you know, the evidence, you know, it kept piling up, phone company, power bill, you know, all of them are working together to get me. And this is where he thinks it's, you know, Matt and Foggy, and then or not Matt and Foggy, but Foggy and Gloriana. And he's like, you know, no, it's just the Kingpin. You know, that's where his brain is flapping. Now, this is so cool to me because I didn't remember this. He talks about killing him. He says, I'll just beat him until he promises to give my life back. I'll get up right this minute, walk to the door, and leave the room. He shows the doorknob, and then he's just like, I'm so tired. Dude, that's like the perfect thing of depression. I mean, he's just so tired he can't even get up and go. He just falls asleep. And of course, the Kingpin is just amazing. As he overlooks, you know, the whole crime. He's like, the city even needs him to run. And the thing is he says, it began with the revelation of Daredevil's weak side, his secret identity, with phone calls, the shattered Murdoch's life beyond all hope. That would have been the end of it were it not for the sweet discovery that Matt Murdoch was a man on the edge, that before his ruin, he was nearly mad. Daredevil, Matt was having so many mental problems before Kingpin that he just added to them. And he says, you know, Matt, where Murdoch tied to a rack, slowly torn limb from limb, begging for mercy is spectacular, couldn't be more pleasurable to behold. The Kingpin looks at the city and thinks it's wonderful to be alive. because he's destroyed Matt completely.
Yep.
And it's funny, he tells, was it Wesley? He tells Wesley later in the issue, he says, you know, you've witnessed the destruction of one of the only good men I've ever known. I'm like, damn, dude.
It's so. Ugh.
Yeah, that's why this is such a good book. He finally does get his ass up. He wakes up and gets dressed, and he's gonna finally go out to the Kingpin. And he goes to leave because he can't go to the gym. He's gonna walk out the door. He says he'd make it. Kingpin makes a good punching bag because he's fat enough. Damn you.
Apparently, so would I.
Yeah, join the club. So he opens the door, and then he's, you see him later with blood on the Kingpin everywhere. He's beat the hell out of him, and then we realize it's all a dream. He got dressed to leave, laid back down, and went back to sleep. He went back to damn sleep, and then finally, he calls Gloriana again, and Foggy talks to him. And when he does, Matt hangs up on him. What's wrong with him? He's lost everything. I don't know if Foggy really picks up the phone or if he thinks he says it to him. Here.
Yeah, Shadowpunk. This is Frank Miller writing and David Mazzucchelli art.
Yeah, this is Mazzucchelli on art. Yeah, the art's freaking amazing. But yeah, this part kind of got me when I was reading it earlier. So the phone rings, and there's Foggy and Gloriana, and he says, okay, I'm on to you, Nelson. Does he really call him? Because we don't know.
Yes. Yeah, I think it might be all in his head.
Yeah, it might be all in his damn head. We don't know.
Yeah.
And of course, here he's just so gone. He hears footsteps coming up the hall, and it's heavy breathing. So obviously it's the Kingpin. The Kingpin has found him, and he's come to beat the hell out of him in this trashy ass hotel that the Kingpin would never be caught dead in.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a knock on the door, and he opens it up, and it's the landlord just there, hey, look, your $8 is up. Checkout was at noon, pay up or else. And the dude, Daredevil or Matt chokes his ass to death. He passes out and he leaves. And then here's the cool part with Wesley. It is indeed behavior that is the least normal sort that I observed while pursuing Matt Murdock as your advisement Kingpin. So we find out that Wesley is following Matt to see where he is. And he was in a trashy hotel, and he leaves. My buddy in college, we talked. He read Daredevil. He claimed for years that I was the one that got him into Daredevil. And it was because of this shortly before this run. We were in the college in the early 90s. And he used to always talk about how everybody always thought that Kingpin was just fat. But he was more like a sumo wrestler. He's like super strong, and he's got all muscle underneath this. And you can see him working out in this book. The whole book he works out in. Mm-hmm. And he's just not a big old tub of lard. He is fat, but it's not all fat. It's a lot of muscle. But yeah, Wesley tells him, he says, hey, I followed him onto the subway, and 3 guys get on the subway, and they're going to rob everybody. And Murdock sits there and does nothing. He says Murdock does nothing. At this junction, the youths then do accost each passenger in turn, admonishing them with emptying their purses and wallets. And Murdock does nothing. Even when they take the woman's pearl necklace next to him, he does nothing. He doesn't do a damn thing until they finally point a gun at him.
Well, that's because he's not Batman.
Huh?
That's because he's not Batman. Otherwise, the pearl necklace would have made him snap.
Would have made him snap. Damn it! I was wondering, that it's kind of funny that they made the point of that it was a pearl necklace. Yeah.
Yeah.
But when they finally point the gun at him, Matt goes completely off the deep end, and he even tells him, he says he kicks this guy's jaw so hard, it makes the noise not unlike that of a Coke bottle bursting. He broke this dude's damn jaw. He shattered it.
Mm-hmm.
With
one spin kick.
Yeah, with one spin kick. He kicked the shoot out of him. And, of course, the one guy does get to get a gun fired off at him. But Murdoch just beats the living hell out of him. And then when the door opens, there's a police officer there who's like, stop or whatever. And Murdoch takes his damn billy club from him and beats the hell out of the police officer. And Kingpin, who's sitting there listening, he says, I could not dream of a more perfect hell. I envy you, blessed little worm. You have witnessed the death of a noble man. Like, dude, the writing in this is so high for a comic book.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, it's elevated. And he tells him, he says, he's going to come here and attack me. The pleasures of his attack will be nothing compared to this. He's like, are you sure he's coming? Yeah, I know it. He's coming. This is the part.
The big thing that makes me think, while we're going through this, is like I've sat down and had talks with Mike Barron like multiple times.
Yeah.
And he says any book that he's written, like comic book, you have to grab the reader's attention and have them emotionally hooked on the book in the first 8 panels, or don't bother. And as we remember from the opening to this story, we all got hooked and emotionally divested in the first panel, basically.
Yeah, honestly, in the
Give
first
me that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you who Daredevil really is. Okay.
The thing that got me too, reading it again today, is because it's been years since I read it. The fact that Karen Page is in the book, even at this point, she's still in the book. Trying to get a hold of Matt, trying to get her life saved, and feeling guilty about turning him in. I just thought my memory somehow had forgot that she was in the beginning, she was the person that started it, and then she was gone. No, dude, she's running for her damn life in Mexico.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the thing, dude. I read this morning, so there he is. He's calling Foggy. He says, hey, don't hang up on me. I need your help. I think I'm sick. Something's wrong with me. I know the Kingpin is after me. I beat up a cop. There's something wrong with me. God help me, Matt. Or God help me, Foggy. It's okay, buddy. I'll give it my best shot. And then he walks away from the phone. The phone falls, and it says at the tone, the time will be 10:32. He wasn't talking to Foggy.
Yeah, he was just having this imaginary conversation.
Yes. With somebody who wasn't there. And the only thing is he picked up the phone and it's just telling him the time. Dude, people don't realize that we used to be able to do that. Call and get the damn time or the weather on the phone.
We used to have to call the movie theaters to see what was playing and what times.
Yes.
And it was always the movie that would be last on the thing that we'd have to wait for. And then our parents would yell at us, are you done with the phone yet? And then you just missed the times for the movie that you wanted to see. So you had to
get a call them
back up and do it again.
Damn it. So he walks away, the damn phone is hanging, and then it flashes to Mexico. And there's Karen, who's calling Matt, and the damn line won't ring through. And she's like, Matt would never leave that house. He loves it. He would never leave. Call again. Look for it. They can't even find a damn number. They can't find a number for the house because it's blowed the hell up. The house don't exist no more, lady.
It's an empty lot.
Yes, it's an empty lot. So now we finally get, you know, a little further in the book here, and Daredevil is actually heading toward Fisk Tower. And dude, Ben Urich is such a good character.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are great characters in comics, but Ben is just amazing. Backup secondary character.
Yeah.
And the fact that he actually goes on J. Jonah, which J. Jonah's a great character as well. You know, and he says, you know, I can't tell you why Matt Murdock is innocent, but he's innocent. And he says, either you let me write the damn story or I'm going to write it for another paper. And damn, Jonah's like, finally, okay, go ahead. And so he's going to write this story and find out why in the hell Matt Murdock was framed. And then as that's going on, Matt shows up to Fisk Tower, and the secretary meets him at the door, and she's like, come on in. Mr. Fisk has been expecting you. She just walks him down this damn hallway and into the door of the gym, and there he is. Were you breaking out your copy for a minute while ago?
My copy is, oh, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. This is it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I've got the floppies of this run.
Yeah.
Because this was just about the only thing in my Daredevil collection that I kept. I got rid of everything else. So I've got that. I've got this, and I've got the complete Frank Miller Daredevil omnibus, the red leather wraparound one, which is over there somewhere. I can see it from here. That omnibus is right next to volume 1 of the Incredible Hulk omnibus. So this is just incredibly, because we've all had that, you know, come to Jesus moment after we've snapped.
Yeah.
But we've never had that moment after we shattered somebody's drawer with a spinning heel kick, one shot at a cop with his own nightstick, and then attacked some 500-pound gorilla in a purple diaper in his own building.
500-pound gorilla in a purple diaper.
This is just, you know, it's literally emotionally straining to actually read this series.
Again, yeah, it is.
When you forget how epic it was.
We need to look it up. I can't remember. Was this before or after Batman Year One?
Let's see.
Because I know this is before Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's just the fact that Miller could do this at the time, and Maz did such a wonderful job on the art. Yeah, it does. It draws you into it, and it even sets up. I mean, God, you can see the Marvel movies now. The Marvel movies follow a format that's similar to this. The superhero does some good stuff, then shit goes bad. Everything hits the fan, and then come the third act, you know, he rises back up and defeats the bad guy and moves on until the next volume. That's literally the format for all the movies now.
So Born Again came out in 1986, and Batman Year One Come on, give me a year. Came out the next year,
So
1987.
Okay. So he did Born. He did Born Again with Mazzucchelli, and then after he did that, he brought Mazzucchelli to Batman to do Batman because Maz didn't do any Batman other than for
The year one.
Year one. That's all I know of.
And then
But
Frank,
yeah.
then Frank also brought Todd in to do that cover on Batman. Which just because Todd did that cover, that's like a $50 book.
Yep.
And that isn't even the best issue of year one.
No. No, that's year two that Todd did the cover on.
Oh, that's right. My
It's
bad.
year two.
Stuff getting old.
So here we get Matt shows up to fight the 500-pound gorilla, and then of course right before he starts, we get a flashback of here's Karen trying to find money and get a hold of Matt because he's going to save her after everything she's done. He does get a few good licks in there, but he's so exhausted and so tired. Eventually, I love it. The Kingpin just grabs him by the damn arm and just pummels the hell out of him, and it knocks him unconscious.
Daredevil, former lawyer, now just a speed bag.
Just speed bag. And this is cool too. He's like, hey, he would have preferred to have killed Matt Murdock by himself, but he restrains himself. They beat up and kill a taxi driver with the billy club that Matt Murdock took from the damn police officer.
Mm-hmm. Which has his fingerprints and the cop's blood and this guy's blood now on it.
Yes, on it. Then he puts him in a damn taxi cab, covers him with alcohol, throws an open whiskey bottle in there, and runs it off the damn pier. And he's like, it'll be wonderful for them to find his body. There'll be nothing to trace it back to me, and he's dead.
Like, if the Adam West Batman was done when this series was done, this would have been one of the cliffhanger things that like somebody like Joker would have done to him.
Yeah.
We're just going to knock him out, cover him in alcohol, and run him off the pier.
Yep. And it almost is
instead they just spiked his OJ so he couldn't drive the Batmobile.
Damn it. It almost is the damn, like I said, the same cliffhanger, because there it is. It shows him in the water, and then, Kingpin is relishing in his complete victory over Daredevil, and it finally takes weeks to find the damn taxi cab. But when they do and they pull it up, there's no body. Matt Murdock has broken the window and escaped. There's no corpse. So he knows.
Except the driver.
Yeah. Well, but the driver, they stuck somewhere else, I think.
Oh, okay. So they killed the driver and got rid of the body, and they put Matt in the front seat.
Yes. And there is no corpse. And so he knows Daredevil's still alive, Matt Murdock's alive, but where the hell has he been for the last 3 weeks? Dude, he's had the shit beat out of him. Excuse my language. He's not doing good. And of course, next issue is Pariah. This should have been our Christmas issue. Daredevil versus Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Join us next week when Matt Murdock, alias Daredevil, beats up a mall Santa and steals his $10.
Yes. So now, like I said, it's fresh reading this again. I always remember he got hit with like a radiation, like toxic radiation from barrels. Here it's like an isotope or something.
Yeah.
And this is cool. He says, I never believed that, your life flashes before your eyes before you die. He said, and it's not your whole life. It's just the important parts. And the important part that he remembers that flashes is when he saves the guy and loses his eyesight. And of course, now we get, here's the cool, him just laying there suffering in the damn alley. remembering all the sounds in the hospital, the antiseptic, the noises, the freaking radio. Then his dad finally comes, and he's just getting his power, so his hearing is all enhanced and everything, and his dad is so loud. And, you know, finally he's starting to get it under control. You know, he says, "You're a hero." He says, "It's so big, it's like I'm in him. You know, just rest now. Is that my father?" He's so proud of him. And then, you know, finally he hears a gentle voice that comes to him, and she tells him, he says, "You know, it's not going to be bad if you do with it. Think of it as a blessing. It's our secret. Don't tell anyone." And who are you? He doesn't know. And then this woman kisses him, and he feels a cross hanging from her neck. Finger. And then, you know, he does make a promise to her. He says, "I'll never, you know, I won't tell anybody that you were here." Finally, he does talk to his dad. He starts to get it under control. And he tells him, he says, "I know I'm not blind." And he says, "You know, I'm going to go on and study and, you know, not be like you." It does talk a little bit too cool. What's cool in there about he finally gets a teacher, which you remember from the first Frank Miller run on the character, the teacher is Stick.
Yeah.
Who comes back to him later.
The meanest cripple you've ever met in any form of your life has got to be Stick.
Stick. He is an ass. But yeah. And of course here, while Daredevil is damn suffering in the damn freezing alley, Foggy and Gloriana have kind of went about their life and almost forgot him because they haven't heard from him in so long. They've gone about Christmas shopping and everything. Of course, you know, they get mugged here. Somebody mugs Gloriana, which this is cool, as Foggy's talking about, you know, all the presents, and he's got a damn bowling ball for his partner there. And Foggy gets up the courage to protect the woman he loves right now, and knocks the hell out of this guy with a bowling ball. That would hurt so bad.
That guy would be dead.
It possibly would, yes.
Because you figure, like, the average size of Foggy and the weight of Foggy, that's going to be like a 15, 16-pound bowling ball.
Yes, it would. If he's not dead, his damn jaw's broke.
His whole face is broken.
Yeah. Of course, and the guy runs away, and, you know, she's like, "It's just a horrible place. Let's get out of here. Find a dry place." And she does. While they're looking for a dry place, Matt Murdock's looking for any place out of the damn snow.
Yeah.
And then here comes our backup character, Ben. Yeah, my editor wants something sweet for Christmas about that. So he goes to Bellevue, and he's there because, if we remember, Nicholas Manoli, is that how you say it?
Yeah, AKA the dirty cop.
The dirty cop, who's never been dirty in his entire life, 20 years, perfect cop, never done anything wrong, who's the one that framed Matt Murdock, is there. And Ben shows up because he discovers that Manoli's kid has got to have surgery, like heart surgery or something. He says, he's there to, you know, check on the kid and talk to Manoli. He says, "I told you, leave me alone." Of course, he lights up, and this mean-ass looking nurse is like, you know, no smoking in the hospital. And of course,
the nurse said, first?
Yeah, no smoking in the hospital. Exactly. She said, it was on the page. Nobody's heard from Murdock in days. He's dead. Quite a frame you put on him. You lied about Murdock. You testified against him and got him disbarred. You did all this for the Kingpin. He says, "You're not the first cop to go bad." He says, and it's not like you didn't have a reason. He said, "The best treatment for certain cardiac problems costs bags of money, more than any policeman's medical plan. How's the kid?" And then we find that Manoli says, you know, there's complications. He's going to have surgery tonight. He could die. And of course, you know, at the last bottom of that, Daredevil's still stumbling around the damn city, just trying to move. And freaking Karen Page is doing the same thing, only in Mexico. She even tries to rob a beggar, and then she assaults his ass when he finds out she's stealing from him, to try and get enough money out of his pauper's jar that she can get a damn ride back to America and New York. And of course, he's just going through the town. This is terrible here. He actually gets hit by the damn car. Oh, he looks bad. Keep moving. Who needs the grief? Hit and run. They don't even stop.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah. And while they're suffering, like I said, Foggy and Gloriana are just going on great. Hell, Foggy's even telling his mom, hey, I met a girl. She's really nice. You'd like her. And, you know, he does talk about Matt. You know, I can't find him, what happened to him. Now, do you think, there's a speculation because it's not in the book. So, you know, Turk and his buddy always worked with Daredevil, and they kind of snitched on the other people for him.
Yeah.
Is that why the Kingpin has blackballed him? You know, we've been tapped since the Kingpin froze us out of work. So
I'm not sure whether it was that or the fact that they're just a couple of incompetent buffoons.
Well, it could be. Either way, I don't know. I was thinking about that. It just shocked because it's Turk in them, and that's, you know, they beat up a damn mall Santa and take his Santa suit. They're gonna go, you know, hustle some people, and Daredevil runs up on them, and you know, they say they're doing this only because they can't get any work because the Kingpin has froze them out. And of course, Daredevil, you know, Matt Murdock's, you know, take it off. And, you know, he's mad at them. They even they're going to give him like $20. Here, buddy, you're a bum. Take this $20 or whatever it is and go buy you a shot and leave us the hell alone. And, you know, he just wants to be you know, Matt's still mad at him. And Turk damn stabs his ass. Of course, you know, maybe Daredevil deserved that for all the times he beat the hell out of him. He's got blood all over the red suit.
It'll blend in.
Yeah. This was rough too here. Uric actually stays at the hospital during the surgery, and Manoli's kid does die.
Yeah.
That's rough. He says, you want me to describe? Yeah, he says, Nick's son does die at 12:03 of Christmas morning. You want me to describe the way that makes me feel? You're a ghoul. He says, but he talks. So now that his son is dead, it's almost like he doesn't have anything to live to live for or whatever. So he just tells Uric everything. And of course, Uric's being watched by the damn nurse, the big ass nurse that told him not to smoke. So after he's been stabbed and everything, Daredevil keeps going around the city, and we find out that not only is he stabbed, he has a broken ass rib. It's broken in two, and it's like cutting up his insides. My mother's had that happen a couple times. She's broke her ribs. It takes months to heal a rib.
Yeah.
It's terrible. And finally we go to Karen. I wonder how many dang porno movies she made. Because everybody in Mexico has seen them. Yeah. Karen Page, I'm a real fan of yours. Your movies, that is. You know, I know what you need. He's going to give her a dang shot of smack. And he's also even offering her a ride back to America because he needs the company. I'm a real fan. And she's like, yeah, whatever. You know, if you need me to sleep with you to get a ride back to America, I will. And of course, here's the Kingpin's hired thugs who've been looking for Karen because they want to off her too.
They want to off everybody on the trail.
Yeah, everybody on the trail.
Came across his information. He needs to wipe out the paper trail of everybody that found out or did the handoff of the envelope. Everybody that touched this piece of information must die.
Yes. So he finally gets back to the source, but this guy really doesn't even know why the hell they're after. But he, I guess Mexico's really rough. He's got a gun, and he kills these two guys and then grabs her ass and takes her. He's like, you better be worth it. This is kind of cool. We get here, Foggy finally gives Gloriana a damn Christmas present. And she tells him, it must have cost a fortune, and it's wonderful. And they finally kiss. But Daredevil shows up at his old house where his dad lived, and it's gone. And it's just terrible because he can't do anything else. So he finally decides, I'll go to the gym. The gym will still be there. Meanwhile, Uric and Manoli are outside the hospital talking. When the nurse comes out there and we find out the nurse is working for the Kingpin, and she tells Uric, your questions are causing my employer discomfort. He has instructed me to tell you to not be asking any more questions. And she breaks his damn hands, or one of them.
Breaks a couple of fingers on his hand.
Yeah.
It will be very difficult for you to type up a story this way.
Yeah, I could break your typewriter, but that wouldn't speak, as plainly as what I'm going to do now. Don't talk about Matthew Murdock anymore.
Crack. And the look of horror Matt has on Ben Urik's face there is like,
yes.
You're not sure whether he got bones broken or a suppository.
Well, we know. We know because I've looked into the future and seen the cover for the next issue, the one with Uric sitting in the chair with a cast on his hand.
Yeah. I'm like, wow, he looks like Cowboy Bob Orton now.
Damn it. Matt finally does make it to the gym, which is still there. He gets in and he just starts working out, and he talks about all the times, his dad didn't want him to come down here and do this, but he did it, and it's some of the happiest times of his life. Mm-hmm. And he never even had a chance to share them with his dad. And of course, here's, there's Karen getting her ride to Mexico, and Daredevil finally passes out. And now we see the woman come to him again, and she calls him by name. And she's the woman with the cross.
Because it's Matthew's mother.
It's Matt's mom. Yep.
Even though she denies it.
Yeah.
What if there's?
Does she say ever in any of the books that you remember why she abandoned him?
I don't remember reading it.
I don't either. I know that, she got together. Maybe she was going to join the seminary. I don't know. Or she was already in it. Or the convent, and fell in love with his dad or whatever. I don't know. It's weird, but it's great story. Of course, finally the last in the book, we're back at where it was, kind of like the last issue. There's still no corpse. And Kingpin's working himself to exhaustion. And he's just trying because he says there at the end, some of the best writing in the book. He says there's more than this, much more. He says he always was. I've shown him a man without hope is a man without fear. So he knows I have taken everything from him, and he is probably more dangerous now than he's ever been. Yeah.
What was your first clue? Your first clue should have been before you two fought. And he one shot at a cop.
Yeah. Yeah. But dude, it's just reading it as an adult and not reading it as, when I read this
teenager,
I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
And I've read it since then. I've read it 5 or 6 times probably. But just reading it now for the podcast, you see so much of what's going on. And I just did. I kept going, what in the hell is DC going to do? Or not DC, but Disney going to do? Because this is there's so much of this that is not PG-13. And the fact that this was in the comics code, this had to have squeaked by the damn comics code.
Yeah.
I mean, or this is a little bit before, like we did the first issue of Fool Killer on here by Gerber, which I know I told you, we talked about it at the time. This had to have squeaked by. Like the Fool Killer original series, like only half of it was approved by the comics code. The other half wasn't.
Yeah, they didn't submit it.
They didn't submit it because they knew it wouldn't pass. And it's amazing. And this has got to be close because, I mean, we're talking death. I mean, just absolute depression, the whole 9 yards.
The fact that Daredevil's former girlfriend and love of his life is now a smack addict, prostitute porn star.
Yeah. She made it in movies, all right.
Yep,
but
she literally made it.
None of that is just going to be, it's not going to be in the damn, I just don't see them showing that in the upcoming series.
Not at all.
No, but yeah, it's a freaking amazing book. But we've only got 2 issues left.
2?
Yeah, I think we did, because it's 5 issues, right?
It's 8.
It's 8? Oh,
we get 2 more parts of this, I think.
Oh, we got 2 more parts. We got 4 issues left. I thought it was 5.
Yeah, because the Born Again title is the next issue, with Ulrich with Bennett at his desk, holding his cast with the broke hand, and Daredevil's shadow and Daredevil's mama in the corner box art, and then it's saved, where a certain somebody puts on a Daredevil pseudo costume and is like billy clubbing Matt across the face.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 are taken over by
the Avengers.
A government asset, shall we say.
Yes.
Duke Nukem Cola.
Duke Nukem Cola. Damn it. But yeah, we'll get back and finish it up next week. But yeah, the artwork is amazing. The writing is just so good. It's been a while. I know we need to go back and read some of the Miller Daredevil run. I was thumbing through. I got a big stack of the Miller run recently. I bought a lot of like Daredevil from this time period off of eBay, like a blank lot, and there's some really nice issues in there that I was going through and running through and looking through, and it's just crazy how good the art is in the story. But yeah, so we'll get that, and then I guess be back next week, possibly maybe moving to a new day though.
Yeah, I'll make an announcement when it happens.
All right.
But yeah, this has been great. Thanks to all the lurkers hanging back, just watching or listening to us today. Ramble. A big thank you to everybody that's been downloading both podcasts. And last night was episode 300 of Creators Outlook, which is the interview show with indie and mainstream creators, small press people. If you go back far enough, episode 15 of that podcast is a interview with Jackson Bostwick, the original Captain Marvel, aka Shazam, from the Saturday morning TV show.
Oh, sweet.
Which now has almost 6,000 views on it.
Damn.
So I'm gonna be working to download that from my YouTube channel and like re-edit it.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of like technical difficulties, like losing Wi-Fi signal a few times from him, and so I'm just going to edit it and take like all the blank stuff where I would just and re-edit it and
Put it back up.
put it back up like on Rumble, Odyssey, Facebook, and re-upload it on YouTube as well. So
Damn.
and he's in his 70s, late 80s, and either late 70s or early 80s, and he's still doing convention appearances.
Sweet.
Mostly local to him, but a guy that's a custom car guy has partnered with him and took this old muscle car and painted it up with like
colors.
Shazam murals, and it's red and yellow, the Shazam colors, lightning bolts and everything. And he appears, and you can get your picture taken with him and the car behind as kind of like the backdrop.
Yeah.
And they've named the car the Big Red Cheese.
Big red cheese. Damn it.
So until next time, we'll be back. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for downloading the podcast and listening to us on whatever platform you choose. If you're a member of the channel, well, not a member of the channel, but if you subscribe to the channel on YouTube, please hit our link tree in the bottom of the description box for any of the videos. And please head over to Rumble and join us over there. YouTube's up to some major shenanigans, and they're going to be like banning a bunch of people this year off of the platform. So,
Oh Lord.
and the platform's getting loaded up with all kinds of trash AI content. So,
And this is not AI. There's no intelligence here, people.
I am living proof of that.
Damn it.
Some of the biscuits and gravy. So until next time, read a comic, kick back, enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, talk about it. And if you have not read the original series, find it someplace and read it. Buy the copies, buy one of the thousands of printings of the trade or hardcover. Download it digitally, read it. Get a free like Kindle Comics subscription for 30 days and just read it for free on Kindle.
Yes.
Whatever you're gonna do, just read this original story, and you'll know why we are so anchored in this.
Yes.
Next time, have a great night, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.